Welcome back to the channel Golden Hyra Coin, where we uncover the hidden treasures of coins that you may already have sitting in your pocket or tucked away in an old jar. Today we are diving deep into the incredible story and hidden value of the Liberty Quarter Dollar from the year 2001. At first glance, it might look like just another piece of everyday change, but let me tell you, the truth behind this coin is jaw-dropping. Some of these quarters are worth hundreds of dollars, with market values climbing as high as $442, and even more depending on their condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. So let's explore the history, design, and value of this special coin that has become a collector's favorite. The quarter has been one of the most important coins in United States history. Since the earliest issues of the 1700s, the quarter dollar has carried the image of liberty and later President George Washington, symbolizing both freedom and the foundation of the nation. By the year 2001, the United States Mint was in the middle of one of the most ambitious and popular programs ever launched, the 50-State Quarters Program. This program began in 1999 and continued through the early 2000s, with each state receiving its own special design on the reverse of the coin. People all across the country became fascinated with collecting them straight from circulation. Kids, families, and even adults who had never cared about coins before were now on the hunt for these shiny little pieces of history. The 2001 Liberty Quarter Dollars are especially fascinating because several different state designs were issued that year. These included New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Kentucky. Each one carries powerful symbols of the state's heritage and history. For example, the New York quarter shows the Statue of Liberty alongside the outline of the state, reminding us of New York's role as the gateway for millions of immigrants. The North Carolina quarter proudly displays the historic Wright brothers' first flight at Kitty Hawk. Rhode Island's quarter honors the ocean state with a magnificent sailboat and open waters. Vermont's coin shows maple trees being tapped for syrup, and Kentucky features the famous Federal Hill Mansion with a racehorse behind a fence. Each design tells its own story, making the 2001 quarters not only currency but miniature works of art. Now, what makes some of these coins worth a lot more than 25 cents? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and special errors. When coins are struck at the mint, mistakes can happen. A double die error, an off-center strike, or even a coin that was minted on the wrong planchet can suddenly transform an ordinary quarter into a numismatic treasure. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with sharp details, strong luster, and very little wear, which are often graded by professional services. The higher the grade, the higher the value. For the 2001 Liberty Quarter Dollar, uncirculated examples and especially those graded mint state 65 or above can easily bring premium prices. If you happen to find one with a dramatic minting error, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds of dollars. Recent market activity has shown certain 2001 quarters reaching current values of $442, a huge leap from their face value. That's like turning pocket change into a small treasure chest. Think about it. How many times have people used a quarter to buy a gumball, play an arcade game, or feed a parking meter without realizing the little coin they held might one day be worth hundreds? This is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every coin tells a story, and every coin has the potential to surprise you. The 2001 quarters are still out there in circulation, hidden in change, waiting in bank rolls, or sitting in old collections passed down from parents and grandparents. The beauty of these coins is that you don't have to be a millionaire to get started collecting them. You can begin simply by checking your pocket change every day. Pay attention to the details. Look closely at the mint marks, which can be found near the coin's date. Quarters from the Philadelphia Mint are marked with AP, those from Denver with AD, and coins from San Francisco often have an S mint mark. Proof coins from San Francisco are especially desirable because of their sharp mirrored surfaces and limited mintages. Over the years, collectors have built entire albums filled with state quarters, and the 2001 set has always stood out for its unique mix of designs. New York with Lady Liberty remains one of the most iconic, capturing the essence of freedom and hope. Rhode Island with its maritime theme is a favorite for nautical enthusiasts. Vermont with the maple trees reminds us of the nation's natural beauty, while North Carolina and Kentucky highlight aviation history and cultural heritage. These are not just coins, they are miniature time capsules. Now let's talk about the market value. While an ordinary circulated 2001 quarter may only be worth 25 cents to most people, collectors know the true story. High-grade uncirculated examples regularly sell for several dollars each. Proof coins can fetch anywhere between $10 and $50 depending on condition. But the real excitement comes with those rare errors and high-grade slabs. One of these coins recently hit the market and sold for an impressive $442, proving that the right coin in the right condition can bring serious money. So what should you do if you think you might have a valuable 2001 Liberty quarter dollar? The first step is to carefully examine it under good lighting. Look for unusual markings, doubling on the date or lettering, and make note of the mint mark. If your coin looks particularly sharp with little to no wear, it may be worth sending it in to be graded. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin and give it a grade that dramatically increases its market appeal. Coin collecting is not just about money, though. It is about history, art, and connection. Holding a 2001 quarter is like holding a piece of the early 2000s in your hand, a time when the country was celebrating its states, its symbols, and its legacy. It connects us to the past and teaches us to pay attention to the small details that we often overlook. So the next time you get change at the grocery store or sort through an old coin jar, take a closer look at those quarters. That plain-looking 2001 Liberty quarter dollar might just be your hidden treasure. Imagine the thrill of realizing that what you thought was worth only 25 cents could actually be valued at over $400. That's the magic of numismatics and the reason so many people fall in love with coin collecting. In conclusion, the 2001 Liberty quarter dollar is more than just a coin. It is a symbol of America's heritage, a collectible work of art, and for some lucky collectors, a source of incredible value. With a market current value that can reach $442, this coin has earned its place in the spotlight. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, the hunt for these quarters is always rewarding. So keep your eyes open, keep your change close, and you just might discover the treasure hiding right in your hand. Would you like me to also make this script in a more storytelling style, with dramatic pauses and call to action lines for YouTube, so it keeps the viewer hooked all the way? Today we are going to uncover the amazing story behind the 1998 Liberty quarter dollar, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but actually carries a powerful history, unique features, and surprising value that can reach hundreds of dollars in today's collector's market. Yes, you heard that right, some examples of the 1998 quarter have sold for as high as $442, and we are going to explore exactly why this coin is so important, how it came to be, and what makes certain quarters from this year so valuable. Now let us begin by understanding the basics of this coin. The 1998 Liberty quarter, officially known as the Washington quarter, was minted in Philadelphia and is identified with the letter P mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 1 billion quarters in 1998, so at first glance you may think that such a common coin could never hold much value, but here is where the story gets interesting. Even in a massive mintage, unique errors, special strikes, and high-grade conditions can make one example stand apart from the rest and bring serious money to the table. The obverse of this quarter features the classic portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, designed by John Flanagan. This portrait had been used on quarters since 1932 to celebrate the bicentennial of Washington's birth, and by 1998 it was one of the most recognized designs in American coinage. The reverse side displays the proud American eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and an olive branch, a symbol of both strength and peace. This design was actually nearing the end of its historic run, because just 1 year later in 1999 the Mint introduced the famous State Quarters program that completely changed the look of quarters and energized a whole new generation of coin collectors. That makes the 1998 quarter an important last chapter in the traditional Washington Eagle series, giving it historical importance and extra collector interest. Now let us move into the heart of the matter, the value of the 1998 quarter. In circulation, most examples of this coin are only worth their face value of 25 cents, But when you move into uncirculated grades, proofs, and era coins, the story becomes much more exciting. Collectors today are hunting for 1998 quarters in pristine mint state condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. At these top levels, even a single coin can reach hundreds of dollars because the survival of such high-quality examples is incredibly low compared to the billions minted. This is where the $442 price comes in, as some high-end specimens of the 1998 P Liberty quarter have indeed been auctioned at that level, proving that sharp eyes and careful collecting can really pay off. But it is not only about the condition. Another fascinating reason why 1998 quarters have become valuable is due to minting errors. Coins struck off-center, double dies, clipped planchets, or coins with missing letters and numbers can all bring large premiums. For example, a 1998 quarter with a dramatic off-center strike can easily fetch several $100s or more, while subtle double die errors are highly sought after by specialists who love hunting for these rare variations. This means that every time you look at a quarter from this year, you should take the time to examine it closely because that small difference could turn an ordinary 25-cent piece into a collectible worth a fortune. Now, let us not forget the proofs and special issues. In 1998, the Mint also produced special proof quarters for collectors, struck with extra care using polished dies and planchets. These proof coins, especially in deep cameo condition, are stunning examples of the Washington quarter design. While proof quarters usually sell for modest premiums, rare perfect grade proofs or coins with striking errors can command far higher values. Beyond the numbers and auction results, the 1998 P Liberty quarter dollar carries a special place in American coin history. It represents the very last breath of a design that had endured for over 65 years. It was the quarter of everyday Americans in the late 90s, a coin used in vending machines, pay phones, laundromats, and parking meters, yet it also quietly marked the end of an era just before the dramatic change of the state quarter program. This dual role of being both common in circulation and rare in its best forms makes it one of the most interesting coins of the modern era. So what does all this mean for you, the viewer and coin enthusiast? It means that in your pocket change or coin jar there might be a 1998 P Liberty quarter waiting to be discovered. Take the time to check its condition. Look for strong strikes, sharp details, clean surfaces, and minimal wear. If you find one that looks nearly flawless, it could be worth sending to a grading service for authentication. Also keep your eyes peeled for errors like doubling, misalignments, or missing details because these are often overlooked and can make all the difference in value. As the coin collecting market grows and more people rediscover the thrill of hunting for treasures in everyday change, coins like the 1998 P Liberty quarter are gaining recognition. Collectors love coins with historical significance, limited survival in high grades, and the potential for dramatic errors. That is why the market value of this coin has been steadily rising, with standout examples reaching impressive prices like the $442 we mentioned earlier. In conclusion, the 1998 P Liberty quarter dollar is more than just a 25-cent piece. It is a symbol of American history, a representation of the artistry of coin design, and a potential hidden treasure worth far more than its face value. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone just beginning to explore the world of coins, this quarter reminds us that every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can lead to surprising rewards. So go check your collection, empty out your change jars, and take a closer look at every 1998 quarter you come across because you never know when you might be holding one of these valuable gems in your hands. Do you want me to expand this script even further into a 20+ minute narration style video, with repeated hooks and story-like pacing so viewers stay engaged throughout?